more money than my actual job? Well, my name's Brandon, this is Roxy, welcome to Shop Splat, and let's hop straight into it, here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna be going over, like, basically, like, the story of, like, you know, what happened through my entrepreneur business stuff journey and whatnot. What I'm gonna tell you, though, is what I think is the #1 best way if you're a beginner, how to start a business, and it's what I did, so, I mean, proof of concept. If I can do it, you can definitely do it, because, you know, I can't even tie my shoes correctly half the time. So, we're gonna hop into that. Make sure you watch to the end. Let's just start off with so back when I was 16, that's when I was first kind of getting into entrepreneurship and doing things like that. And the thing I could do is I made content. I was big on that. I was big on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I just make videos and doing kind of like crazy stuff like backflips and crazy stuff like that. And just, I enjoyed making content. So what this led me to believe was that I could market videos pretty well. I could sell stuff. My mom says I could sell snow to whatever it's called, an Eskimo, snow to an ice to an Eskimo. Is that what she says? I don't really think I'm that good at sales. I just say random things and people buy stuff. All right, that's kind of how business works, right? So doing this, I had my great idea. Well, actually, my dad told me, he was like, Brandon, you know, you do this marketing stuff. Why don't you try to market some other people's products? I'm like, good idea, Dad. So what I did is I would go to these people and I would start asking them, you know, that if they had like a store, like, hey, let me do some content for you. Let me market your product, and then you just give me a little slice of the pie, you know, if I was to sell it. So kind of like affiliate marketing, but it wasn't like let me explain. So instead of doing like the traditional like affiliate marketing where like I sell someone's product and then they give me a slight portion of that, instead what I did is I created my own store which had all of these products on it and then sold them through that way. So basically if like someone had a store that they, like it was a brand new store, they didn't have much of a following, I would create my own store, have my own following around my store, and then therefore because I branded my store myself, if they added their product to my store, it would basically be like just another kind of like, you know, verification with like trustworthiness that they could have, the feeling like they're gonna, you know, when people go to buy their product. So that's how we did it. And then Shop Splat was born. So basically what I did is I went on Shopify and I just made a Shopify store really quick and easy. And then I started doing things like going on Etsy and looking at small creators there, looking on Instagram for like, you know, looking up hashtag business and whatnot, going on TikTok, seeing any businesses that I found there. And then I found all of these business owners that had their products and I was like, hey, you should let me put up your product on my store. I market it to my audience, and then if it sells, you just give me like, you know, whatever it was. I think we did, you know, 15%. You just give me 15% of whatever it sells. But so basically, I'll drive the sales to you. But like I said, I could build up a following, and so if I could do that, then people are gonna trust me more than they might than they would trust like this little small business that I found on Etsy. Right? Right. So then what did we do from there? Then we started going ham on TikTok. So I created the original site called shopsplat.com, and it basically originally was just this marketplace with all these cool items that I found from all these people, and it was just from a bunch of different, you know, businesses and business creators, and I sold their products for them basically. So it was a lot of fun, it was cool, and I built, you know, a big TikTok following, pretty good Instagram, you know, stuff like that, all around this. And then I sold the product, so I would shoot product videos of it. I did a whole bunch of, you know, just like reviews almost and stuff. And honestly, it was working pretty good. You okay down there? You're like slumped, my girl. Yeah, what up? You know, so after doing this for a little bit, a few months, it was difficult. And the reason why it was difficult is because, first off, I had to go, if I wanted to find new products, I had to go and like search up all these people. And then I had to actually convince them to put their product on my store. And then I had to, you know, anytime there was a sale, I had to manually tell them what it was. I had to manually send over the money because I have my own store, right? So first I get the money, then I had to send them over, you know, the 85% or whatever it was, and then I kept the difference. And it was a huge pain in my butt. So then we switched it up. So then what I did is I was like, what if Shop Splat was just like a marketplace where anyone could sign up and sell their items? That way I wouldn't have to do all that. You know, I wouldn't have to go and like find everyone. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Kind of big brained it, right? And then also I could automate it to where it would have like payouts for people. So basically it would be similar to like eBay. Ooh, right? That was genius, right? Well, that's what we did. We turned it into kind of like a new kind of eBay. It's like an eBay, but not as good, right? So anyway, you know, I thought this was going to be like, oh, this is good. I just got to tell people to join the platform. They're going to sell it. You know, we charge them a little fee for the selling thing. Bada bing, bada boom. We're good. Well, turns out it's not that easy. Yeah. Instead, what happened for about the first few months was I was just begging people to sell their items on my platform. And you know how hard it is for people to do that? They would be like, oh, why would I do that when I could just sell it on eBay? And then I would be like, well, you could sell it on eBay and my place. That way you're getting more amount of views. And they're like, but I don't know your place. And I'm like, but yes, you do, because you follow me and you've been following me this whole time. And they're like, yes, but you recently just changed it. And I'm like, but then we started flowing, you know, I just kept making some videos, putting out content, and then eventually we started building it up to the point where we ended up making around like $25,000 the first year of just having the marketplace. Like, not bad, right? Right, that's what I'm thinking. And then we turned it and it just went kablooey. See, after like December of, I don't even know, when was this, last year, 2 years ago, something like that, around that time, things just started to slow down significantly. Now, mind you, in order to run this as a marketplace where people can go and like anyone can sign up and list their items, it cost me a lot of money. And considering I was only making 15% of each sale, and sometimes people would just sell like, you know, an old t-shirt for like 15 bucks, and I'm not making much per sale, right? And it would cost me, I'm telling like, around $200 a month just to run the site, which you might be like, oh, it's not a lot. But for someone who was like 17 at the time, you know, kind of a big deal. Now, any smart business owner would probably look at this and say, well, what can we change? You know, we did great for the first year. We're having some slow moments here. We should probably do it. But, you know, me and my 17-year-old self at the time, you know, could you imagine? I made 25 grand when I was like 16, but then we hit 17 and I'm like losing it like that. Wow, great. Go me. Anyway, what was we talking about? After having maybe 3 or 4 bad months of just losing a lot of money, I said, we're ending this. Now, here's the issue. We ended Shop Splat as a marketplace, but I had hundreds and thousands of followers on all these social platforms, and I'm like, I'm just going to throw away this whole brand I've been working on for 2 years? Like, is that what we're really going to do? And I was like, no. Which brings me to today, Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're like, oh, we went from this huge empire of greatness and we now went to selling Splat fidget toys. But let me tell you why the thinking behind this, okay? And this is my gears turning, my sauce, the sauce on my spaghetti. Okay, so basically this was really nice because now I could have products, like a whole bunch of different products in person that I could ship out myself instead of worrying about other people having to ship them out on the marketplace. So I was more in control, which I like, right? So I did that first. So we had that. The second thing is we have like a whole bunch of different kinds of these. We have like pigs and aliens and unicorns and dinosaurs. And so they're like collectible almost. So it's really easy to get people buying multiple of them. The next big thing is fidget toys pop off on TikTok, my man. All these 8-year-old girls out here doing their little like, pop it. Bro, let me tell you, ooh, they ate that up so quick. So basically now where we're at is just selling a whole bunch of different Splat balls. I worked with the supplier, I get them at wholesale, I can sell them at retail, and honestly, it's so much better this way. Now here's the thing, if you are wondering how you can start like your own business like this, I will tell you the exact formula that I use, because not only do I have a Splat ball business now, but I also have a rubber duck business, and I'm about to start another business, but I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet because I'm not quite sure if we're gonna be able to make it work, but we're gonna figure it out. But this is what you need to do, okay? Step one, when you're trying to figure out, you know, what you want to sell, you gotta focus on a few things. The first one is you gotta focus on being able to get the product that you want to sell in bulk for cheap. So what I mean is not getting like in bulk and it's costing you $5 per, you know, each item, because that is freaking nuts. And for knowing you probably don't have enough money, like, you know, if you're anything like me, you probably don't have enough money to be buying, you know, 40, 50 at a time, costing you 50 units at a time, costing you $5 per unit. Like, that's too much money. So what you do is you find things like Splat balls where you can get like 36 costing you about 60 cents each, right? And then you're sitting pretty, because then you only gotta drop maybe $100, $200 to get, you know, your unit, your supply. You're ready to go. The second thing you want to focus on is, can you sell the item where you're making a decent profit, which I would say is either like $1 or $2 per each one, and you're probably like, oh, that's so low. But like, hear me out. With it being at a low price, right? You don't want to be making like $1 or $2 when you're selling it for 15 bucks. I'm talking like, sell it for like $3, right? And be able to make $1 profit on that after shipping and everything. And that's kind of the sucky part about these. You know, I have to pay like $3 for shipping, or not three, maybe like $2 for shipping. So even though I get them for like 80 cents, I still have to, you know, I gotta pay a lot for shipping, which is why the price is up. And then on top of that, you know, the profit and whatnot. But the good news is they're still relatively cheap. They're cheap. They're like I sell them for like $3.15, which means that people are impulsively buying these like that. They see them, they see that they splat, and they buy them. It's so cool. Then you want to find something that's lightweight to ship. That way shipping isn't going to cost you an arm and a leg. And then all you have to do is buy that product, have that. Oh, also totally forgot. See if you can get different variants of it, because if you can, that, like I said, that adds on the whole collectible kind of thing, and people like that. People like when they can buy like a collection of something. So yeah, also you can drop new products out, which were really just like the same product, just slightly different. Like instead of the pig, oh, we're gonna drop the alien splat ball. What? Crazy. Did you notice they still haven't fallen yet? They're still up there. So now what you have is you have a inexpensive product that you can buy very cheaply. You can sell it for a very low price, but you're still making a decent profit, so like $1 or $2. And you're gonna get a lot of sales, obviously, because you're only selling them for like $3. They're easy to ship out. They're like they're very cheap to ship because it's gonna be lightweight. Don't be selling like, you know, rocks, obviously. But then all you have to do is create that brand, right? Go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on YouTube, start putting out content around these items, just like what I do with this channel. This channel is simply to promote my store, Shop Splat, to sell these, right? And all it is constantly putting out content, showing your item in front of people. And like I said, because they're relatively cheap, people like that. They go and buy it, and you might not be making $100 per every sale, but you're making a lot more sales. So if you're first starting out, it's good if you can just get consistent sales, making $1 or $2 every single one, because it's going to be a lot harder to make a sale where you make like $100 profit when you first start out. So like I said, if you're into, you know, business, you want to start it, this is what I recommend you do, right? Exactly that is what I recommend you do. You start doing something like that. Hence the rubber ducks, like I said before, I now buy rubber ducks, right? And I have them in bulk, and then I can sell them. Why? Because rubber ducks are insanely cheap. There's a whole bunch of different variants. They're kind of goofy and collectible, so people like them, and I can sell them for like $1 a piece, and people like that because they see them, they like it, boom, dollar, done, right? So that is it, my people. So basically what I'm trying to say is, after a whole bunch of failures, right, and trying and doing different things, I finally found kind of like a system that works for beginners. I don't expect, if you have like a lot of money to drop, you might be trying to go for some products that might make you more than like $1 or $2 per each one. But if you're like, you know, 16, 17 like I was, you're trying to start your first business, this is, I think, probably the best way to go. You're in control of things. It's not a whole lot of startup costs. It's not like dropshipping. Dropshipping is a pain in the butt. Okay, listen, everyone says like, oh, dropshipping is great. It's not. I've done it before. It sucks. It's hard. It's difficult. There's a lot of issues. You get a lot of returns. It's a pain in the butt. Not saying it's not possible, but it's a pain in the butt. And I quite frankly figured, you know, shipping out your own items a lot easier than doing the whole drop shipping thing. But that is it, my people. So like I said, these are splat balls, so they're all like squishy and stuff. And you throw them and they stick and then they splat. So check this out. Watch this. Watch this. What? Just like that. Or what? Yeah, so they're pretty cool. They stick like that. Mine are kind of dirty, but if you clean them off, they can actually like stick for a really long time. But yeah, just super fun to play with, just like little stress things, and bada bing, bada boom. And that just goes to show you that little silly, goofy things like that can even make you start your first business. And like I said, this business makes me more than my current job does. So there's a proof of concept right there. And look at me. Alright, I'm a freaking clown. If I can do it, you guys can definitely do it too. If you guys want to see more videos like this, more kind of, I'll probably be dropping a few videos of just doing fun stuff with these things. We'll probably be juggling and shooting trick shots and whatnot. Go ahead, you can drop a subscribe. I was about to say drop a follow, but we're going to subscribe. Smash the like button if you're still here, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, Cub Scouts. Yes, bye.